is able to complete full plantar flexion range of motion against maximal resistance. This is another instance for the 2+. Because they are not taking the weight of their leg, of their body, they're not taking the weight of their body, but the muscle is capable of doing a full range of motion, and my maximal amount of resistance that I'm going to push with is still not going to summate to the total body weight of the person. So we're still kind of showing that in this position, even though this sounds like, well, why isn't that a 5? That's a 5, right? Full range. But remember, this test is supposed to be done in stand-in with body weight. This is the alternative position where they can go through full range. Yes, they can take my full resistance, but my full resistance isn't even going to be what their body weight is. So they can still get a 2+ in that position. A 2 is the person can do full range, but not against resistance. A 2- is only partial range, and then you have your 1 and your 0s. That's gastroc and soleus, okay? For just the soleus, the test is now going to be performed with the person's knee bent. In order to get a 5, you only have to do 20 now. You are correct with that. A 4 is between 10 and 19. A 3 is the patient completes between 1 and 9. A 2+ does exist if they can get their heel just partially off the floor in that position, but not a full repetition. The gravity minimized position is actually anti-gravity, which is interesting enough, but you're going to lay on your stomach. Because I'm interested in just the soleus now, I'm going to have the foot bent. I'm going to ask, can he do full range of motion, and can he take full range of motion against gravity? If the answer is yes, he is a 2+. If he can get through full range but cannot take any resistance, he is a 2. And a 1 and a 0 will be simply trying to palpate the soleus deep to the gastroc, okay, while they try to perform the movement. Yes?
So for the knee extended, there's a 2+ for standing and prone?
Yes.
But for the knee flex, there's only a 2+ for prone?
Nope, there's both. If they're standing and they're bent and they can get their heel partly off the ground, I think that's what it says under, if you look at 3. Page 231, bottom right paragraph.
Oh,
If the patient completes partial range on one heel rise, he or she may be given a grade of 2+.
So if we get a 2+ while they're standing, do we still do the prone one to make sure they're actually 2+ instead
You
of
wouldn't
2?
have to. If they could get a partial range of motion standing the first time, you could probably just stop the test right there and say, I know you're a 2+.
Okay.
In that clinic, should we have them remove their shoe and just like keep their socks on for this kind of stuff?
You
Just so
could.
can watch?
There's some decision with that. Yes, you can ask them to take their shoe off. You can also ask them to do it with their shoe on, because depending on the type of shoes they wear, sometimes the shoe can give you enough support through the foot and the ankle and that proprioceptive feedback, just that compression around the foot and the ankle. If you notice they do much better with the sneaker on than off, you have to start thinking to yourself, you start asking yourself, why is the shoe making them so much better? And the shoe's making them better maybe because of the way it arches and it keeps their foot more neutral, that proprioceptive feedback. And if you're noticing this makes them better, then you start tailoring your program to give that person that. So what your therapy intervention might be will be a lot more stability based, trying to provide as much muscular stability. So maybe the person doesn't have to wear a rigid shoe anymore so much.